Good morning everyone, and welcome back to Craft Eccentricity, and we are up again with some more from Panalisa. And today we're going to do a shaker card. We're going to use this die, which has now all been cut apart, and it's a lemonade cup. It's got a little frilly bit and it's got a lid, it's got a lemon, it's got a little flower in the centre, although I've already cut my flowers and I've used a little gemstone for my centre, so I made those earlier. And you also get a little tag. So paper that I'm using is Snap Click Supply. It's the digital pack by Carter Bella and it's simply called Summer. So that's a nice easy one to remember. I'm also going to be using some sequins. I've had these for quite a while. I've got lemon and I've got blue, and that's my theme for today. And these were actually sent to me a couple of years ago by a lovely crafter called Fancy. So Fancy, if you're looking in, I've still got them and I'm still using them, so thank you. And I'm just going to pop those there. Right, straighten my paper up a little bit. And I have been organised. I have cut my acetate. Now, I'm showing you this because I want you to know that you can run a die through acetate and it doesn't always cut out. And there's a way to remedy that. You've got your outline there, and I hope that you can see that. I'm going to try and get as close as you can. And you'll find that little bits like that have cut out, but other bits haven't. And all you have to do is track around it with these scissors. So just be brave, go in onto what looks like a white line, and you start to see it, you know, quite literally fall apart. You don't have to use a lot of effort. Now on this one, it's got a handle, and for my shaker window I don't need the handle, so I'm just going up my line here and I'm just taking that bit straight out. Now before I go up into that angle, I have removed my excess, and then we're going around here, and it really is so simple. I mean, if you've got a nice pair of scissors, it just kind of like glides through it like butter. Just remove your excess, because if you bend acetate, it will of course turn white, and you don't want a white crease on what you're doing. You want a nice clear window. So I'm just getting rid of that. And this is a shaker with a fabulously thick border, and that means it's going in my forever box because they're easy to make. Right, so now I've got my acetate piece out of there, so I'm just going to move all of my excess away and show you my other bits. Right, I have cut myself some twine because you get a little tag with this, and that is the little tag that I've cut. So I'm going to sort of be wrapping that around my lid area. Now for your lid section, you get two pieces. So you get your frill and you get your lid, and it's entirely up to you whether you glue the lid on the outside or the inside of your frill. Now I think I'm going to go with my lid on the inside, so that's how I'm going to glue that in a second. And then for the actual cup itself, I'm just moving my little bits. I've gone with this lovely blueprint which is in that set. I've cut my foam boards, which is Dollar Tree foam board. I'm always saying this is what I prefer to use because it's nice and firm. It doesn't have a lot of stretch or floppy give in it, if you know what I mean. So this is the order that you would do it. So you go base, you go foam board, and then you go acetate. That becomes your window. And then I'm going the same colour again for my frame. So that is quite literally how you would layer up your shaker, and then of course your lid and everything is going to go onto there. So if you don't watch any more of the video, at least you know how to put that bit together. And then my other small bits were of course the lemon, and I pre-made that, and that's something that can be used in lots of things throughout your summer projects, or just along a fancy sentiment that you might even just want to print out. You know, when life gives you lemons, make lemonade, and just pop, you know, a little lemon slice on there as a full stop. And then my little flowers that I told you that I pre-made because I wanted to glue down my little gemstones. So 2 shades of yellow, 1 of white, and the same gemstones into the middle of those. And I'm going to rest those on my lemon so that I've got something bigger to pick up to handle them. And then the base of my card is the actual lemon and blue and just onto a white background. So really simple what we're doing today. I'm just going to pop that there. I've got a little bit of humidity. I've got the dehumidifier on though, trying to handle it and sort it out. And first I want to do the lid section. So I'm actually going to pop my bit underneath. So I'm just going to take the cap off my glue and just run a little line down there. And then I want to get this on relatively straight. And I know that I'm holding it up in the air, but I hope you can see it. So I've got that glued onto there now. Just making sure it's even. Yes, it is. And now I want to add my twine, and I also want to add my little tag. So first of all, what I'm going to do is fold my piece of twine in half, and I've probably got way too much. And this is a twine from Dollar Tree. It's a little bit fluffy, and it can end up sort of like coming through in bits and pieces, if you know what I mean. The strands separate really easily. So I've got that, and then I just want to pop that through so that I've looped it. Right, so that's looped on there. And then I think I want to do a double wrap on this. I looked at Panalisa's and hers looks really nice. So decide where about you're going to have your tag. I'm going right there. So to ensure that it stays there, I'm going to pop a dot of glue and just have it skew-iff like that. Now I do need to pop the lids back on. So now that I know my tag is held in place where I want it, I can start wrapping it with twine. Now, as I said, I've got a huge amount of twine here, so I can just go around a couple of times like that. Now, it's entirely up to you if you want to glue it down or whether you're going to use something else to hold it. But for me, I'm just going to grab my ends and I'm just going to put a blob of glue right in there, and then I'm going to wrap that around to there. Right, I'm going to hold it and I'll be right back. Right, so that's dry, and you can see that my little tag glued in position is threaded on, it's wrapped around twice, and it's just glued there on the back, and that's ready to go onto the top of my little lemonade jar when it's done. Now those are my little bitty bobs, so I just want to move those out of the way. And we are going to put the shaker together. So I've got a load of dried glue on my fingers. So first of all, I'm going to put down my foam onto my base, making sure I've got any fluffy bits out of the way there. And as I was saying, Dollar Tree foam is lovely and firm. It's not going to sort of like flap around on you. You don't have to worry. It's just like sticking down a thick sheet of cardstock. So that is exactly what we're going to do. I'm lining it up, I hope. There we go. Can't always see with my camera, but we have got that down there. Now I do like to let my glue dry just for a couple of minutes, because the last thing you want is to put all your shaker bits in there. You've got some damp glue and your shaker bits end up glued to it, if you know what I mean, instead of being able to move around freely. So I'll leave that a couple of seconds and I'll be right back. Right, I think I'm satisfied with that. And into there, pulling off bits of dry glue again. I'm going to pop my sequins. So I've got a few. I don't want to kind of like overdo it, but I do want to have... I always say that, you know, and then I put too much in. And then I'll just unscrew that section and grab a few blue. And I do like that these are darker than the blue that I've used because it shows up. So yeah, I've got enough in there, and I'm going to spread those around. I'll just pop those there so I don't knock them off my table. So just flatten your stuff out so that you can get your acetate on, because if you leave them piled up, your acetate could mark or buckle, and you want your things to move around freely. So there, I've kind of leveled those out quite well, and now I'm going to put my acetate on. So that simply goes onto there like that, and I can tell it's the right way around because I can see the little notches there where I cut my handles off. So I'm going in the centre of this. As I said, you know, it's lovely and wide, which makes it really easy to make. And then I'm gently going to place that onto there. Try to get it even. You will find that your glue will remain, you know, manageable when you're using a plastic. It takes a little bit longer to dry. Right, I need some contact on that section, and I'll be right back. Right, so there's still a little bit of moisture in the glue, but it's okay because the next thing I'm going to do is stick this on, and I'm going around the edges on this so that I'm not putting anything onto my acetate window. And then I'm gently going to place that onto there. Just slide it into position. Now with something like this now, you could do with a little bit of weight. I usually use my old Sizzix dies, you know, the steel rule die, because there is quite a bit of weight in those. But what I have got is my stamp block, so I'm just going to pop that on there for a couple of minutes and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm happy with that, and the next thing we need to do is pop the lid on. So just look at where you're going with this, and I think probably I want the top section of the window covered. So I'm actually going to put some glue along here. That's where my glue is going. And then I'm just going to pick this up and I'm going to place it exactly where I want it, and I think it's there. So I'm just going to hold it towards myself to see. Just adjust it a little bit. So now we've got our lid on. Isn't that cute? Let's have a close-up. Ooh, how close can we go? There we go. Isn't that pretty? Ooh, I love that. I love the simplicity of those sequins. Right, now we need to get the base in, and we're going to put the lemon and the flowers on last. So we need to position where we want this. I want mine closer to the top because I'm having my decoration down here, and of course I don't want my handle going outside of that edge. So I think that's about right for me. Yeah, so it's already got dimension because it's foam, so we're just going to flip it over and just apply our glue all the way around where we want it. So we've got that. I don't know how on earth I managed to put glue around there. Now, I do know that I want it straight. And I'm hoping that that is straight. So I'm just going to hold it towards me for a minute. Yes, it is. And then gently just give it a squish. And now I've got my decorations. So it's like, where do I want my slice of lemon? Do I want it there or do I want it there? You can have your slice of lemon wherever you want, because I've got some room for a sentiment there if I want it. Because as you know, I donate my cards, so I want whoever's getting it to be able to do their own thing. So I'm going there with that, and then with these lovely flowers I'm just going to go along the bottom. These flowers are so sweet. So I've got a little blob of glue there. Let's pop that one in. And then I'll go with my palest lemon. Put a blob there. And then I've got my darkest one, which can go, I don't know, maybe there. Yeah, I'm happy with that. I mean, I could, if I wanted to, put it on there, but I don't know whether that would be so noticed, so I'm just going to go there. I'll go there and be satisfied. That's what I'll be. Right, so let's give that a little squish down. Everything is glued into position. And what a really sweet card. Oh, I love that. Let's give it a shake. I'll send you all seasick. There you go. Those bits move around inside of there. I just absolutely love that. Look at the detail in that lemon. Isn't that great? Love those little flowers. Just a little touch of sparkle. Enough room there to put your sentiment. Love that. Yay. Right, that is what I have for you today, and I am up again tomorrow with more from Panalisa. So I do hope you have an absolutely awesome day, and as usual, all links below. Bye.